We measure length in kilometers and meters. But how do we measure a meter? We measure time in hours, minutes and seconds. But how do we actually measure a second? We measure mass in kilograms and grams. And how do we measure a kilogram? Similarly, for amount of substance, there is mole. For electric current, there is ampere. For temperature, there is Kelvin. And for luminous intensity, there is candela. These are known as the standard units of measurement. Measurements plays a key role in almost all aspects of life, including health, food, daily necessities, transportation, communication, business, economy, defense, and many more. Incorrect measurements lead to wrong decisions, which can have serious consequences. The foundation of the metrology, that is, the science of measurements, lies in the realization of SI units, which is International System of Units and a globally accepted uniform system of measurement. Metrology plays an important role in scientific discoveries and innovation, industrial manufacturing and international trade, in improving the quality of life and in protecting the global environment. The National Measurement Institute (NMI) is responsible for simulating good measurement practice and enables industries to make accurate and traceable measurements for the benefit of the nation. It has a network of facilities that provide measurement standards for calibration and testing. NMI maintains the measurement infrastructure and represents the nation in International System of Measurements. Located in New Delhi, National Physical Laboratory of Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, or CSIR, is India's National Measurement Institute.
Welcome to National Physical Laboratory, one of the earliest laboratories to be set up in India under the aegis of CSIR. NPL is mandated to be the National Metrology Institute in the country. For Indian products to be acceptable, the quality and quantity have to be maintained at international standards. To test our products for exports as well as to test what we import, primary standards of kilogram, meter, second, ampere, Kelvin, mole and candela are needed. At NPL, we develop, maintain and disseminate standards and standard reference materials. These are made available throughout the country for legal metrology. Basic research is needed to improve upon the measurements and materials. NPL does cutting-edge basic research that leads to high precision standards in the country. We regularly participate in global intercomparison tests and are in the top few global metrology institute in terms of the accuracy of the standards which we maintain. NPL as NMI is deeply entrenched in the legal metrology framework of the nation through its active involvement in Bureau of Indian Standards, Quality Control of India and other agencies. We also offer calibration, testing and certification facilities for industry, academia and strategic needs. With the government initiatives like Make in India, Skill India and Atmanirbhar Bharat, NPL sets up world-class facilities for testing and calibration, trains manpower in metrology and helps India be self-reliant. In this video, we present a glimpse of what we do at NPL.
साथियों, ये मेट्रोलॉजी साधारण भाषा में कहें तो मापने नापने की साइंस, ये किसी भी वैज्ञानिक उपलब्धि के लिए भी बुनियाद की तरह काम करती है। कोई भी रिसर्च माप और नाप के बिना आगे नहीं बढ़ सकती। यहां तक कि हमें अपनी उपलब्धि भी किसी न किसी पैमाने पर मापनी ही पड़ती है। इसलिए मेट्रोलॉजी मॉडर्निटी की आधारशिला है। जितनी बेहतर आपकी मेथोडोलॉजी होगी, उतनी ही बेहतर मेट्रोलॉजी होगी। और जितनी विश्वसनीय मेट्रोलॉजी जिस देश की होगी, उस देश की विश्वसनीयता दुनिया में उतनी ही ज्यादा होगी।
The concern for establishing a rational and universal set of measurement units led to a landmark meter convention on May 20th, 1875, where an international diplomatic treaty was signed by 17 nations in Paris. This convention brought the world's focus on metrology that resulted in an international structure to ensure that all member states have equivalent capabilities on measurements. This treaty founded the International Bureau of Weights and Measures (BIPM) in Paris, France, under the authority of the General Conference on Weights and Measures (CGPM). At present, CGPM has 62 member states and observers from 40 associate states and economies. To commemorate the signature of the Meter Convention, the World Metrology Day is celebrated on 20th of May every year. CSIR India was established on September 26, 1942 under the leadership of Sir Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar. In 1943, the governing body of CSIR decided to establish 5 national laboratories including National Physical Laboratory (NPL). The foundation of NPL was laid on January 4, 1947 by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, about 7 months before India became independent. The CSIR-NPL was expected to fill a wide gap in the scientific and industrial organizations of India. It is mandated to maintain the standards and to undertake research for achieving a high degree of accuracy in the measurements. It establishes international equivalence through inter-comparisons with other NMIs of the world. The present campus of CSIR-NPL was inaugurated by former Deputy Prime Minister Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel on 21st January 1950. The inaugural ceremony of CSIR-NPL was attended by a galaxy of eminent people from many countries. It is apparent that the world had very high expectations from the CSIR-NPL towards the growth of India. The Standards of Weights and Measures Act, enacted by the Government of India in 1956, ensures that each of its citizens has an access to uniform measurements that are traceable to the SI units. The Republic of India signed the diplomatic treaty and became the member state of CGPM in 1957. With CSIR-NPL as its National Metrology Institute (NMI), CSIR-NPL is the founding member of Asia Pacific Metrology Program (APMP), which is one of the 6 regional metrology organizations (RMOs) of the world. On 16 November 2018, during the 26th CGPM meeting held at Versailles, France, 60 member states voted for a landmark revision of the SI units. On behalf of India, a team led by Dr. D.K. Aswal, Director, CSIR-NPL, voted for the revision of the SI units. On May 20th, 2019, CSIR-NPL implemented the revised SI units in India. The Legal Metrology National Standards Rules 2011 under Chapter 3 states, the work relating to the realization, establishment, custody, maintenance, determination, reproduction and updating of national standards of weights and measures shall, on the commencement of these rules, be the responsibility of the National Physical Laboratory. Therefore, this is the core mandate of CSIR-NPL. CSIR-NPL is mandated to be India's NMI by an Act of Parliament. Being the custodian of national standards of measurements, CSIR-NPL is responsible for the realization, establishment, upgradation, maintenance and dissemination of standards at par to international level providing metrological traceability across the country. The mandate of CSIR-NPL is to ensure the realizations of SI units as national standards and to transfer the values of the standards to the national quality infrastructure through calibrations, testing and other measurement-related services. The customers who are the direct beneficiaries of CSIR-NPL make their measurement result traceable to those of CSIR-NPL and hence to the SI units. These organizations in turn provide measurement services to their customers, hence assuring quality in the measurements across the country. CSIR-NPL is also Timekeeper of India. CSIR-NPL, through its primary national calibration facilities, supports thousands of quality assurance testing and calibration laboratories across the country, which belong to the government, strategic sector and industries. The scientific endeavor of CSIR-NPL embarked with the invention of indelible ink, which is being used for impartial execution of the electoral process of India. CSIR-NPL also developed hermetically sealed boxes of tempered glass for safe preservation and maintenance of original copy of the Constitution of India and still discharging this constitutional safeguard duty. CSIR-NPL also plays vital role in nation building through its path-breaking scientific contributions which have wider socio-economic applications covering research and development of new and strategic materials to environmental assessment and protection. At present, CSIR-NPL is carrying out its mandate through 6 divisions.
This division has a mandate to realize, establish, upgrade, maintain and disseminate standards for various physico-mechanical parameters. These include 4 SI units of mass, length, temperature and luminous intensity and many drive parameters like volume, density, viscosity, humidity and moisture content. It provides national service of calibration, testing, consultancy and advice to the various government bodies. It also provides training to generate the skilled manpower in the country and SAARC nations. Physico-Mechanical Metrology Division issues more than 2,000 calibration and test reports annually to industries and various user organizations.
Electrical and Electronics Metrology.
Electrical and Electronics Metrology Division is the custodian of national standards and disseminating traceability to electrical and electronics parameters which involves voltage, current, resistance, power and energy and quantum standards at international level. Apex level calibration and testing services are provided to various manufacturers, power sectors, strategic sectors to enhance manufacturing and exports. R&D in metrology is going on towards quantum standards for realization of quantum current, quantum resistance, quantum nanophotonics. The division also contributing in resolving various industrial and societal issues and challenges from time to time for benefits of industries and society.
Advanced Materials and Device Metrology.
This division consists of 4 activities: photovoltaic materials, photonic materials, advanced carbon product and solar energy complex. The photovoltaic section working on MR pulse, micro and nanocrystalline silicon, thin film material for solar cell application. Also developing the quality infrastructure for material and device testing like primary standard for solar cell including validation of solar cell performance. Group is also working on the agriculture waste management, recycling of solar cell, plastic waste. Recently, activated carbon from waste juice stick has been developed which had so many applications for daily life.
साथियों, आज का भारत पर्यावरण की दिशा में दुनिया का नेतृत्व करने की तरफ बढ़ रहा है, लेकिन एयर क्वालिटी और एमिशन को मापने की टेक्नोलॉजी से लेकर टूल्स तक हम दूसरों पर निर्भर रहे हैं। आज इसमें भी आत्मनिर्भरता के लिए हमने एक बड़ा कदम उठाया है। इससे भारत में प्रदूषण से निपटने के लिए ज्यादा सस्ते और प्रभावी सिस्टम तो विकसित ही होंगे, साथ में एयर क्वालिटी और एमिशन से जुड़ी टेक्नोलॉजी के ग्लोबल मार्केट में भी भारत की हिस्सेदारी बढ़ जाएगी। हमारे वैज्ञानिकों के ही सतत प्रयासों से भारत आज ये उपलब्धि हासिल कर रहा है।
Environmental Sciences and Biomedical Metrology.
The Environmental Sciences and Biomedical Metrology Division is engaged in the frontline research in the areas of ionospheric and atmospheric sciences like climate change, radiative forcing, air quality, etc. Besides sensors development and biomedical. Division is working to establish test calibration and certification facility for the air pollution monitoring equipments like aerosol samplers, continuous ambient air quality monitoring system, and the online continuous emission monitoring system at CSIR-NPL to cater to the requirement of various stakeholders like government, regulators, manufacturers, and users. The research activities in the division span from the understanding of chemical and physical properties of the upper and lower atmosphere to the development of sensor materials and devices for environmental and biomedical applications.
जिस भारतीय निर्देशक द्वारा लोकार्पण किया गया है, यह हमारे उद्योग जगत को क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट्स बनाने के लिए प्रोत्साहित करेगा। अब फूड, एडिबल ऑयल्स, मिनरल्स, हेवी मेटल्स, पेस्टिसाइड, फार्मा और टेक्सटाइल ऐसे अनेक क्षेत्रों में अपने सर्टिफाइड रेफरेंस मटेरियल सिस्टम को मजबूत करने की तरफ हम तेजी से आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। अब हम उस स्थिति की तरफ बढ़ रहे हैं जहां इंडस्ट्री रेगुलेशन सेंट्रिक अप्रोच के बजाय कंज्यूमर ओरिएंटेड अप्रोच की तरफ बढ़े। इन नए मानकों से देश भर के जिलों में वहां के लोकल प्रोडक्ट को ग्लोबल पहचान दिलाने का अभियान है, उसको बहुत लाभ मिलेगा। इससे हमारे एमएसएमई सेक्टर को विशेष लाभ होगा, क्योंकि बाहर की जो बड़ी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनियां भारत आ रही हैं, उनको यहीं पर इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड्स की लोकल सप्लाई चेन मिलेगी। सबसे बड़ी बात, नए मानकों से एक्सपोर्ट और इंपोर्ट दोनों की क्वालिटी सुनिश्चित होगी। इससे भारत के सामान्य उपभोक्ता को भी अच्छा सामान मिलेगा, एक्सपोर्टर की परेशानी भी कम होगी। यानी हमारा प्रोडक्शन, हमारे प्रोडक्ट्स क्वालिटी में जितने बेहतर होंगे, उतनी ही ताकत देश की अर्थव्यवस्था को मिलेगी।
भारतीय निदेशक द्रव्य BND.
The reference material is required for the calibration of measuring instruments, validation of the procedures, and traceability. BND is a registered trademark about production and certification of BND. In India, there are around 4 lakhs accredited and non-accredited laboratories who are involved in testing of liquids, solid or gas phases. There is a market of around $4 billion USD worldwide. India is procuring most of the reference standards from other countries. To cater the needs of Indian laboratories, CSIR-NPL has taken initiative for production and certification of BNDs in-house and in collaboration of industrial partners like HPCL, BPCL and so on. At present, we are using our own BNDs in testing of water, cement, petroleum-based products and several others.
साथियों, CSIR-NPL तो भारत का एक प्रकार से टाइम कीपर है, यानी भारत के समय की देखरेख व्यवस्था आपके ही जिम्मे है। जब समय की जिम्मेदारी आपकी है तो समय का बदलाव भी आपसे ही शुरू होगा। नए समय का, नए भविष्य का निर्माण भी आपसे ही दिशा पाएगा, होगा। साथियों, CSIR NPL ने आज जिस नेशनल एटॉमिक टाइम स्केल उसे जो देश को सौंपा है, उससे भारत नैनो सेकंड यानी 1 सेकंड के 1 अरब हिस्से तक समय को मापने में भी आत्मनिर्भर बन गया है। 2.8 नैनो सेकंड इसका ये एक्यूरेसी लेवल हासिल करना अपने आप में बहुत बड़ा सामर्थ्य है। अब इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड टाइम, उसको हमारा इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड टाइम 3 नैनो सेकंड से भी कम की एक्यूरेसी लेवल से मैच कर रहा है। इसमें इसरो सहित हमारे जितने भी संस्थान कटिंग एज टेक्नोलॉजी में काम कर रहे हैं, उनको बहुत मदद मिलने वाली है। इससे बैंकिंग, रेलवे, डिफेंस, हेल्थ, टेलीकॉम, वेदर फोरकास्ट, डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट, अनगिनत सेक्टर से जुड़ी आधुनिक टेक्नोलॉजी में ये बहुत मदद मिलेगी। इतना ही नहीं, ये इंडस्ट्री, हम जो इंडस्ट्री 4.0 की बात करते हैं, उस इंडस्ट्री 4.0 के लिए भी भारत की भूमिका को सशक्त करे।
Indian Standard Time Metrology.
Time and frequency metrology section, we maintain Indian standard time with nanosecond accuracy. That means at any moment our clocks neither gain nor lose more than a few nanoseconds. The second section is LF and HF voltage, current metrology. Along Josephson quantum metrology, we maintain the highest accuracy DC, AC electrical standards to cater the electrical and strategic sectors of the country. Electromagnetic metrology that specializes in high frequency up to 100 gigahertz of EM spectrum, and DC magnetic field critical for the telecom, defense, airports, strategic 4G, 5G industrial sector.
Besides main research divisions, there are support units.
The Business Development Group of CSIR-NPL acts as interface between the industry and CSIR-NPL with a mandate to bridge the gaps between the industrial requirements and the expertise available within the CSIR-NPL. This group is actively involved in providing solutions to the Indian industries in many verticals, ranging from licensing of technologies, know-how developed in the laboratories through consultancy and technical services to the industrial partners.
HRD department of CSIR-NPL is committed to capacity development for strengthening the quality infrastructure of India.
To provide trained manpower in metrology to the laboratories and industries, CSIR-NPL has recently started one-year postgraduate diploma course on Precision Measurement and Quality Control (PMQC). It also offers PhD through ACSIR in various physical and engineering areas under the supervision of highly qualified and experienced scientists.
We deal with projects from CSIR, DBT, DST, MNRE and all other funding agencies of abroad. Our main objective is manpower management, instrumentation, audit.
CSIR-NPL provides testing and calibration facilities to industries and accredited labs all around the country.
Here we do realization of mole through gravimetric preparation of gas standards. And these standard gas mixtures, they are disseminated to in various application sectors like pollution gas measurement, ambient air monitoring sector, vehicular and industrial emission monitoring, and also in medical gas sectors for impurity analysis of medical gases, and also for the high purity gases which are used in food and packaging.
We are throwing these type of plastics in the landfill site. So whether this type of plastic can be used, or the milk packets, milk pouches or packaging material or low density polythene bags that can be recycled, That is the main objective of technology, and there are various issues what we are going to solve in this technology. Flammability, because plastics they burn, so we have to solve the issue of the flammability, adding anti-static response of these plastics, and so many different parameters that we are taking into consideration. Now when we talk of the multi-layer plastics, this is the form what we are getting in the landfill site or when we are throwing in the dustbins, etc. After washing, we are getting this type of plastic so that the plastic is clean from the oil or whatever sort of material is there or dust is there, that is removed, and finally we are making these type of agglomerators and coming into the granule forms. These granules can then be converted into designing these type of tiles, whether it is paved tiles, roof tiles.
CSIR-NPL is the authorized timekeeper of India and realizes the Indian standard time using timescale systems consisting of an ensemble of ultra-stable atomic clocks and precision measurement systems. Satellite links such as GNSS and two-way satellite time transfer systems are used to keep the Indian standard time traceable to UTC maintained by BIPM within few nanosecond accuracy. We are giving time to ISRO. So the IST traceability, a continuous IST traceability is given to ISRO for synchronizing the atomic clocks on board Navik satellites.
In my hand you can see a smartphone which can perform communication to net banking, video calling to any other advanced application. There are a lot of issues related to its exposure and its impact on human being. We evaluate the SAR, specific absorption rate of that particular wireless device. Now we are going to evaluate the SAR of this particular phone. In this regard, I am making a voice call from this phone and keeping it inside the lower abdomen. Once you can see, when we keep the exposure on, we are scanning this particular mannequin filled with tissue equivalent liquid for the EM exposure. Here the E field is being evaluated for its peak value so that the changes associated with the exposure on human tissue can be absorbed in a chemically tissue equivalent liquid defined by IEEE standard that we will evaluate from in the term of conductivity evaluation, where we will measure it in the term of scattering parameter. By that measurement we can compute that what is the actual impact of these exposure on human being.
CSIR-NPL not only maintains the national measurement standards but also disseminate the same to the various users, accredited laboratories and industries. As a core pillar of national quality infrastructure, it also supports the other three pillars, namely written standards, accreditation of laboratories and legal metrology in various capacities. The accurate measurement are used by traders, industries, hospitals, academia and other organizations to ensure that common citizens are not cheated. Measurement traceable to SI units create trust in the society and benefit one and all. On the basis of advanced metrological knowledge, essential and indispensable know-how is developed as the next generation manufacturing technology. This is of utmost importance for India, wherein industries are aiming for import substitute technologies. As per Indian government initiative of Atmanirbhar Bharat or Self-Reliant India, the metrology has to play a big role and certainly would lead the momentum for Make in India products.
हाल ही में नेशनल एटॉमिक क्लॉक और भारतीय निर्देशक द्रव्य प्रणाली के रूप में नए मानक भी राष्ट्र को समर्पित किए गए हैं। इन स्वदेशी समाधानों से भारत के प्रोडक्ट्स को अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मानकों के अनुरूप बनाने में मदद मिलेगी।
The advanced metrological information also help to clear the confusion, doubts and reliability of Indian products and services, and the stakeholders would be much more confident to voice for another government initiative, Vocal for Local.
NPL as NMI builds, maintains and disseminates standards and standard reference materials. NPL treads the challenging path of fulfilling the expectations from a physics institute and at the same time catering to the needs of the nation as a metrology institute. At NPL, we carry out cutting-edge basic research in interdisciplinary areas to set up standards for both conventional and futuristic areas, for example, photovoltaics, biomedical devices and quantum information processing. In line with the government's vision for self-reliant India, we at NPL strive to address and provide solutions to the challenges like making indelible ink for voting as well as for anti-counterfeit applications, provide testing facilities for environmental pollution equipment, PPE kits, biomedical equipment, standard reference materials, basic research to establish cutting-edge quantum standards that are globally acceptable.
साथियों, आप जब पीछे देखते हैं तो आपकी शुरुआत गुलामी से बाहर निकले भारत के नवनिर्माण के लिए की गई थी। समय के साथ आपकी भूमिका में और विस्तार हुआ है। अब देश के सामने नए लक्ष्य हैं, नई मंजिलें भी हैं। देश वर्ष 2022 में अपनी स्वतंत्रता के 75 वर्ष पूरे कर रहा है। वर्ष 2047 में 2047 में हमारी आजादी के 100 वर्ष होंगे। इस टाइम पीरियड में हमें आत्मनिर्भर भारत के नए संकल्पों को ध्यान में रखते हुए नए मानकों, नए पैमानों, न्यू स्टैंडर्ड्स, न्यू बेंचमार्क्स को गढ़ने की दिशा में आगे बढ़ना ही है।
CSIR-NPL is moving forward to increase the capabilities in terms of addition of new parameters, enhancement of range, improvement of uncertainty to support industrial growth in the country.